Don't blink. Thumbnail. It's your boy, and welcome to the show. Getting well. You guys are having a fantastic 15th July 2024. Wanted to talk about the channel growing, the pressure of the channel growing. Listen, we still have a small channel, but in a perfect world, it is kind of nice because the content's gonna change. Not in the way that you guys think. I'm not saying, oh, it's a rebranch, but making more content, having more people means my content has to be a bit more accessible. We talked about having whatchamacallit, a brighter audience. We talk about more accessible content, right? With a bigger channel, it's weird because there's a feeling of they're here. Get another renting videos, you guys are used to it. There's a feeling that, oh, they follow me for me, right? They're following me expecting to be entertained, and you want to be entertaining. For example, there's a difference between being the father to one kid to two kids. It's a bit harder. So you want to do things that are including both kids, right? And with now 300, 6,000 on TikTok, 650 on Twitch, and 2,400 something on Instagram. Yeah, we're getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and it's about making accessible content. I want to go back to Instagram a little bit. It's also it's a passion, but for the longest of time, it's been stressing me out a lot lately. Like, I've been stressed out. It's stressing me out because you want to make content for everybody. I just did a video on that saying, hey, thank you, showing that I'm grateful. But it's more than that. It's showing that I understand that you have wanting to be yourself, but also please a lot of people. See, my content right now is very niche. It's a diary of a dude. And there's a lot of people that like that, but there's people gonna be wanting more. See, the problem with my content is there's days where there's nothing that happens. My problem with days is there's too much happen. So what you do is keep the video, right? And you say, well, if there's a day that nothing happened, I have videos. Then you realize that whole week went by and it's a mess. The channel is also chaotic. We need more balance. We need more order. This chaos is very appealing, but it's also consuming. It consumes everything, right? So yeah, so the not the stress, but the pressure of having a bigger channel and understanding that now, and the algorithm, people say the algorithm is more beneficial for bigger channel, which is true, but it's also more severe for bigger channel. And I'm saying like I have a 100 million channel member. I don't, but the algorithm also punish bigger channel for a while. It's like, oh, you got some views, so now you got some views and then you don't have the views. So yeah, this is punishing, and it is a factor. It is a factor of do I want to continue on that growth? That growth isn't sustainable. That growth is temporary, which I'm super grateful for, but it's not sustainable. You know that it's not gonna always gonna grow like that, right? So what do? You take advantage of the fact that it's growing, right? Especially, I focus on YouTube because that's my social media of choice. That's the one I understand the most. What do you think to King Cobra GFS, by the way? Josh Faye Sanders, King Cobra GFS. All hail the King Cobra. So you see, it's also weird. There's a period of the time where the algorithm is extremely it's a rant again, fuck. It's extremely beneficial. And there's time where it doesn't act, and when it doesn't act, you get kind of depressed because, like, shit, I'm putting the same amount of content, but I don't get the results. And when it is, I'm usually happy, but now it's stressed because, again, it's growing a lot. You should see my algorithm. I'll do like a weekly stats right after this. The weekly stats are fucking insane. There's growth. There's like massive growth in the views. You guys don't understand how those little likes matters. It is nuts. It's growing, and I'm really happy that it's growing. But also says it's nuts because last week I talked about the fact that a friend of mine followed the channel, and because this friend of mine followed the channel, I became very self-conscious of the content I put out because he knows the Stefan. He doesn't know England, he knows Stefan. And with the algorithm, it's a more chance of people to show who I am. And I don't regret video that I post, but there's a difference between having a diary for a couple people and a diary for a larger group of people. You wouldn't write your diary for a larger group of people. One of the most famous diary is the Diary of Anne Frank, which is a little girl in the Second World War, right? When she wrote that shit, she didn't think, oh, it's gonna be a fucking movie, right? She didn't think about that. And it's a beautiful thing, because at the end of the day, is growth, is helping people, is the goal of the channel, is to help many people as possible, is to be positive, a positive impact on society as a whole. We're doing it for the culture, we're not doing it for the legacy, we're doing it for the culture. But there's a difference between doing it for the culture, doing something good for the culture, doing something that you think is good for the culture. So yeah, so stressful, but in a good way. It's pushing me to do better. Saying that and dropping an earbud. And at the end of the day, if we're lucky enough, we're gonna succeed. But right now is a transitionary state of, okay, you know, and I heard something that broke me from Chunks, a really big YouTuber, Chunks in UK, and Chunks says, I'm content with the stuff I am on my channel. I like the way my channel look, and I cannot do that. I love the way that my channel look. It's chaos, is going in the jungle, you have no weapon. You're thrown into a desert island and you're playing Survivor. And I want more. There's also growth. So right now what we're doing is we're transferring the old file to the gaming channel. I was watching some of my old videos and holy shit, there's a growth there. There's a growth that is truly beautiful. And yeah. I think the popularity is also a signal or a symbol. Symbol is a better word. A symbol of departure is a symbol of departure from the old content, right? For the old content, you might be a different person, but if nobody watches it, it doesn't matter. With the new content, with a lot of people watching, you're like, okay, well, they prefer the old ink. Holy shit, should I go back? Should I go back to the old ink because they prefer it? But I do believe the new ink is an improved version of the old ink. Kind of thing, right? Shit. Anywho, know that I love you, that you matter. I'll see you guys soon. Peace.